What if I told you that the secret to a happy, lasting relationship wasn't found in the grand, sweeping, romantic gestures we see in movies? What if it wasn't about the surprise vacations, the expensive gifts, the dramatic declarations of love? What if the secret to a happy, lasting relationship wasn't grand, romantic gestures, but 3 small, everyday habits? It's not about the mountaintop moments, but the quiet, consistent actions we take, day in and day out. It's in the subtle shifts in how we speak, how we listen, how we simply exist in the same space as our partner. These are the threads that weave the strongest bonds. Decades of research by Dr. Gottman and countless family therapy studies reveal the science of love that lasts. And it all comes down to 3 simple things. These aren't complicated theories or impossible ideals. They are practical, accessible habits that anyone can cultivate. It's about understanding the deep, underlying mechanics of human connection and emotional safety. By focusing on these core behaviors, we can transform our relationships from a source of stress into a sanctuary of support and understanding. It's about building a foundation so strong that it can weather any storm, not by avoiding the storm, but by knowing how to navigate it together. Today, we're going to dive deep into these 3 powerful habits. We'll explore the science behind why they work, and more importantly, how you can start implementing them in your own life, starting right now. We'll look at how to turn down the heat during a disagreement, how to find profound connection in comfortable silence, and how to build a shared identity that makes you an unbreakable team. This isn't just about surviving as a couple, it's about thriving together, building a love that truly deepens and grows stronger with every passing year. Are you ready to learn the science of making love last? So, let's begin. The first habit is perhaps the most crucial because it addresses something every single relationship experiences: conflict. The secret isn't to avoid disagreements. That's impossible, and frankly, it would be unhealthy. The real skill, the habit that separates the masters of relationships from the disasters, is the ability to repair conflicts almost as soon as they begin. It's about recognizing the spark before it becomes a wildfire and having the tools to gently extinguish it. It's a dance of de-escalation. Dr. Gottman, one of the world's leading relationship researchers, discovered something incredible. He found he could predict with over 90% accuracy whether a couple would stay together or divorce simply by observing the first 3 minutes of their argument. Think about that. The first 3 minutes. It's not about what you're fighting about. It's about how you start fighting. The couples who last don't start with accusations, criticism, contempt. They start gently. They use a soft startup. Instead of launching into an attack like, "You never help around the house, you're so lazy," a soft startup sounds more like, "I'm feeling really overwhelmed with the chores this week. Could we talk about how we can tackle them together?" It's a simple shift from blame to a personal feeling from you to I. This small change in language completely transforms the energy of the conversation. It invites collaboration instead of defensiveness, opening the door to a solution rather than slamming it shut with an accusation. But what happens when, despite our best efforts, the tension starts to rise? This is where the repair attempt comes in. A repair attempt is any statement or action, silly or serious, that prevents negativity from escalating out of control. It's a signal to your partner that says, "Hey, we're spinning out. Let's get back on track. I'm still on your team." It's a lifeline you throw to each other in the middle of a stormy sea, a moment of grace amidst the frustration. These attempts can be incredibly simple. It could be a disarming, gentle touch on the arm. It might be saying something direct but loving like, "I'm feeling defensive right now. Can we take a 5-minute break and come back to this?" Or it could be a simple phrase that acknowledges your shared bond, something like, "I love you. Can we pause?" That single sentence can stop an argument in its tracks, reminding both of you what's truly important beneath the surface-level disagreement. Even humor can be a powerful repair tool. A light joke, an inside reference, a silly face can break the tension instantly. It's not about dismissing the problem, it's about diffusing the negative energy around it so you can actually address the problem constructively. It's a shared signal that says, Our connection is more important than this argument. This is emotional intelligence in action, a conscious choice to prioritize the relationship. The key is to reconnect before the argument escalates into what Gottman calls flooding, that state where you're so emotionally and physiologically overwhelmed that rational thought becomes impossible. Your heart rate is soaring, you're in fight or flight mode, and you can't hear anything your partner is saying. Repair attempts are the emergency brakes that you pull before you reach that point of no return. They create a space for both of you to breathe. Think of it like this. You and your partner are in a canoe paddling down a river. An argument is like hitting a patch of rapids. A bad argument is when you both start paddling furiously in opposite directions, spinning the canoe and risking capsizing. A repair attempt is when one of you says, "Okay, let's stop paddling for a second and just steer. Let's get through this part together." It's a conscious act of teamwork. It's about recognizing that feeling in your chest, the clenching in your stomach, the heat rising to your face, and choosing a different path. It's saying, "I see us heading toward a bad place, and I don't want to go there with you. Let's try another way." This requires self-awareness and a deep commitment to the well-being of the relationship, placing it above the immediate need to be right in the heat of the moment. The second habit is one that might surprise you. It's not about intense conversation or grand adventures. It's about the beauty of quiet togetherness. Psychologists call it parallel play, borrowed from child development toddlers playing side by side, absorbed in their own activity for adults, the ability to be alone, together peaceful, easy feeling of sharing a space without pressure, you on one end of the couch, lost in a book, your partner on the other, scrolling or sketching in the kitchen, one chopping vegetables, the other quietly putting away groceries. This is a profoundly important aspect of long-term intimacy. A 2015 study in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that sharing space while doing individual activities created comfort, security, and connection. It's a silent declaration. I love you enough that I don't need anything from you right now. Early relationship stages often pressure you to always be on, but as a relationship matures, freedom to be silent becomes a gift. It's a sign of trust and acceptance. It lets you be your most authentic self. You can be tired, quiet, introverted, or absorbed and still be loved. It dismantles the fear of performing. It creates a home base where your social battery can recharge. Consider simple everyday examples. Working from home in the same room, each on your own laptop, each focused on their own screen, occasionally sharing a small smile tending a garden. You pulling weeds, partner watering the plants, a long car ride where you've both fallen silent, watching the scenery. The feeling is deep security. It's an antidote to anxiety and exhaustion from performing. Being with someone without expectation builds unconditional acceptance, non-verbal. You are home to me. This isn't ignoring or living separate lives under one roof. The key is the undercurrent of connection, the knowledge that you could speak and be warmly received, a gentle awareness of the other's presence, a steady hum, shared solitude, especially important for introverts. Your partner becomes part of your sanctuary. Our third and final habit is a powerful shift in perspective and language. It's the conscious choice to strengthen your we identity. This is about moving from a mindset of you and me to a mindset of us. It's about intentionally weaving a shared story, a collective identity that becomes a central part of how you both see the world and your place in it. This isn't about losing your individuality. It's about adding a new shared dimension to it. It starts with language. Research has consistently shown a strong link between we talk and higher relationship satisfaction. We use our couples, who frequently use words like we, us, and our tend to be happier, healthier, and more effective at resolving disagreements. Why? Because the language itself frames the situation as a shared experience. You need to figure out how to manage your stress from work. We need to figure out how we can handle the stress that work is bringing into our home. The first statement creates a division. It isolates one partner with the problem. The second builds a bridge. It frames the problem as something the team, the US, will face together. It immediately signals support and collaboration. This we identity is also strengthened by building and cherishing a collection of shared stories and inside jokes. These are the unique touchstones of your relationship, the memories that belong only to the two of you. It's that time you got hopelessly lost on a road trip and ended up having the best pizza of your life in a tiny town you can't even find on a map anymore. Just mentioning that pizza place can bring back a flood of shared emotion and laughter. These moments become a kind of emotional shorthand. An inside joke, whispered across a crowded room, can create an instant bubble of intimacy, a reminder of your unique bond. When you face a challenge, whether it's a financial worry, a health issue, or a difficult family situation, this we identity becomes your greatest asset. It's the foundation for the ultimate team framing. It's us versus the problem. This mindset completely changes the dynamic of stress. The problem is an external force that you, as a unified team, will strategize against. It prevents you from turning on each other when the pressure is on. Instead of the problem becoming a wedge that drives you apart, it becomes a force that can actually bring you closer together. So, there we have it. 3 small science-backed habits that can make all the difference. Repairing conflict before it escalates. Finding connection in quiet parallel play. Building a powerful we identity. The most profound expressions of love aren't loud, they're quiet. They're the consistent daily choices we make to prioritize connection, understanding, and teamwork. These habits are the invisible architecture that helps love thrive through all of life's seasons. Lasting love isn't about avoiding conflict. It's about building habits that whisper, "We're on the same team. It's not you versus me, it's us versus the problem." I'm so curious to hear from you. Which of these habits do you and your partner practice most? Drop it in the comments below. If you want more science of love and human behavior, and you're ready to build deeper, more meaningful connections, make sure to subscribe and follow BrainRootX, where knowledge meets connection. Thank you for spending this time with me today.